I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to what we call the Knicks Morning Drive. Sorry about being a little bit late. Worked on some stuff, but we here. Sorry about being a little bit late, man. Life. But we here. Right? Jay, what's good, man? I see you. D Nice is in the building. What's good, man? What's good, y'all? I see y'all out there. Salute, salute, salute. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Bim. Here we go. D is in the building. D is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? Man, blue tears, orange tears, orange tears, bam. Don P is in the building. What's good, my man? What's good? What's good, y'all? Hey, man. Yo, it's a lot of stuff going on in Knicks Universe, man. I ain't ready to, bro. It's so much stuff. It's like that. It's like that Snoop Dogg song with so much drama in the LBC. Yo, so the Knicks play the Detroit Pistons tonight. I'm going to do a separate show. I'm going to do a separate lead up to the Pistons game, right? Because the Pistons have their own drama. The Pistons have so I'm going to do a separate Pistons joint after this one, right? So I'll probably do this for a few minutes, do this for a little while, rock, right? Then do a separate Pistons joint, then do the watch along, and then do the Knicks Tonight podcast. And I know y'all going to be like, man, you talking about getting on 4 times a day? Yup. We talking about getting on like 4 times today. Danny Lee is in the building. What's good, Danny? D talking about, and he need gin and juice rolling down the streets. So anyway, what I wanted to get on about is this. So Adam says, Freezy, you feel the Knicks are going 3-0 against the Pistons? Nah, man, listen, I'm not talking about the Pistons right now. I'm going to do, just like I said a few seconds ago, I'm going to do a separate Pistons joint later. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a separate Pistons joint later, man, because they got a lot of stuff. And I don't want to mix Knicks internal stuff with Pistons stuff. So we'll do like the Pistons preview. It won't take that long. They suck. We don't. Whatever. Canal Ben Lawyer is in the building. So what I want to do is talk about what is Cam Reddish to us, right? What is Cam Reddish to us? Who is Cam Reddish in the grand scheme of things? Canal Band Lawyer says Cam Reddish is an offensive guru that plays defense but can't rebound. Right. I'm gonna talk about something a little bit deeper than that. Right. I'm gonna talk about something a little bit deeper than that. For instance, when the Knicks trade for historically, when the Knicks trade for lottery busts, so to speak, when the Knicks trade for lottery busts, they are never a part of the long-term plan, right? When the Knicks trade for guys that don't meet expectations on their original team and wind up with the Knicks, they don't necessarily always fit into the long-term plan with the Knicks. Right? And I'll give you an example. Mario Hezonja. So he didn't pan out in Orlando, and we picked him up, and he played here for about a year. And he was no longer a part of the Knicks' long-term plans. Give you another example. Dennis Smith Jr. His career didn't go the way he intended in Dallas. He played for the Knicks, and he was not a part of the long-term plan with the Knicks. Emmanuel Mudiay was not, we traded and got him from the Denver Nuggets. He was not in the long-term plan for the Knicks, right? And the list goes on and on and on. The list goes on and on, right? But now we have Cam Reddish, right? Cam Reddish is no Noah Vonleh, right? Cam Reddish is no Anthony Randolph, at least in our eyes. Right? Andy Ann is in the building. What's good, Andy? Cam Reddish is not a Andrea Bargnani, at least in our eyes. Not yet. Right? So our history, and y'all bear with me on this, just hear me out, but because I don't want to doom Cam Reddish as a guy that's just coming through the way station that's on his way to another team. But I also don't want to anoint him as the future of New York Knicks basketball. Right? What I want to speak to and be fair with is how we embrace Cam Reddish and how Cam Reddish embraces us. Right? Because there have been plenty over the years, there have been plenty of young NBA players that have come. Corey Lee is in the building. What's good, Lee? Lee, hey, Corey Lee and other members of the channel, man, we're adding additional content to the YouTube channel that's just specific to the members of the channel. So y'all are getting like extra stuff. Y'all are getting like extra stuff. Y'all are going to be getting like insight to, depending on the level of membership, you know what I'm saying? You'll be getting access to stuff. It's good to see you, Lee. But what I'm getting at is how does Cam Reddish, and I don't know the answer to this question because I've never heard him speak about it, right? But I've never heard Cam Reddish like say something like, man, it's New York forever. Right? I've never heard Cam Reddish say stuff like New York is New York forever. And at the same time, I've never heard the front office attach themselves long-term to Cam Reddish. Right? Now, if you're a fan of the youth movement, then you might be a fan of Cam Reddish. You may even suggest that Cam Reddish, wait for it, is a part of the young core. And whether you feel like Cam Reddish is a part of the young core or not, that's how you feel. And I'm not judging you, right, as the fan, right? What I'm saying is historically, the Knicks don't keep these type of guys. Right? Historically, the Knicks don't keep these type of guys. So Andy says, hey, you realize Cam averaged less rebounds than Evan Fournier? I don't care. That's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is this. Cam Reddish is young. He's on his first contract. And historically, guys that are in this space of trying to figure it out, the Knicks generally don't keep them. And I'm asking you as a Knicks fan, how do you feel about keeping Cam Reddish long term? How do you feel about a commitment to Cam Reddish? And before you answer, think about what is Cam Reddish's commitment to you? Have you ever seen Cam Reddish pop his jersey like, oh, it's New York forever? Have you ever seen like one of those gestures to the fans? Have you ever seen that? And listen, I'm not questioning Cam Reddish's commitment to the organization or to his team. At the same time, I think as a fan, you'd like to at least think that Cam Reddish is thinking about being here long term. But if you're Cam Reddish, are you thinking about coming off the bench for RJ Barrett for the rest of your career? Or are you thinking about testing free agency at the end of the season, seeing if you can go somewhere and start? I think a fully developed Cam Reddish is a high-level NBA starter. Kerry Cox, what's good, bro? In my opinion, and I've been watching basketball for a long time, and I know you guys have also. So I'm not saying that I know more basketball than the other guy, but what I will say is this: 6'8" athletes that can do multiple things on the basketball court don't come along often. They just don't. If they did, the Knicks probably would have 3 or 4 of them. What does Cam? But here's the thing. If we're thinking about the answer of, because it's there are multiple things. There are multiple ways to think about this thing. Is Cam Reddish a part of the young core, a piece that you keep around just so that you can trade him so that you can upgrade? Let him play, let him grow, let him, you know what I'm saying, do a lot of things that NBA teams covet, and then put a package together of Cam, Obi, and Quickly for SGA. I'm not a fan of trading Obi or Quickly or Cam or acquiring SGA. That's not what I'm saying. It's just an example. Before everybody run to Twitter, oh, Uncle Freezy said, chill out, relax. What I'm saying, I solely use that as an example. Do you keep Cam Reddish around on a short type deal, like maybe 2 or 3 years, and then, only to package him to upgrade? Or do you invest in him like the Knicks have invested in RJ Barrett? And for my money, hey, Miss Geraldine is in the building. Hey, Miss Geraldine. Hey, we putting content on the thing for you and other members. We're going to start overloading y'all with additional content, like the Coach's Corner, and the post game breakdowns, and we're going to start doing separate shows, like the Big Boss Man Roundtable will be y'all's, and it'll be Lawrence Tears content just for y'all, just for the members. Because since y'all support and help, pay these bills and all that stuff around here, and I really, really appreciate y'all helping me, provide Knicks content. Because this stuff, man, this thing get. But anyways, back to planet Earth, right? Cam Reddish, is he a piece to help you get a better piece? Is he worth minimal investment so that he becomes a decent NBA starter? Or do you put the battery in his back like the Knicks do RJ Barrett? Now, I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to contradict a lot of whack storylines that we have heard over the course of Cam Reddish hadn't even been a Knick for 1 calendar year yet. Right? Remember, we got Cam Reddish in January. It's November. Right? For my money, I think Tom Thibodeau wants to put the battery in his back. Right? For my money, and this is just me watching the game on TV, listening to the press conferences, you know what I'm saying? Following the breadcrumbs, I think Tom Thibodeau really likes Cam Reddish, and I think he liked Cam Reddish from day one. Now, with that said, a lot of media outlets and a lot of junior detectives said that Tom Thibodeau didn't like Cam Reddish when he first got here and still may not like Cam Reddish. But when I asked for the proof that Tom Thibodeau never liked and still does not like Cam Reddish, what you get is, but they've been saying that Tibbs didn't want Cam. And then when I asked for the outright proof that this is accurate, there are articles that say, well, Tibbs didn't want the Knicks to trade for Cam. And so the thing is, did Tom Thibodeau dislike Cam Reddish or dislike the idea of bringing in another player that needed rotation minutes? And Tibbs is crazy with his rotations. And I know that seems like semantics, right? But for my money, I don't like selling in people's reputations. And I don't like putting words in people's mouths. It's one of the reasons why you see me super patient in the live stream sometimes when people are talking. Right? I don't like putting words in people's mouths, and I don't like selling in people's reputations. Right? I like to hear these things from what they call the horse's mouth. What I will tell you, though, is on occasion, with my own eyes, and I don't have to furnish proof because I don't need justification from nobody. Right? I don't need nobody to co-sign for me. But what I saw on occasion with my own eyes is Tom Thibodeau walk past Julius Randle. Julius Randle's talking to him. I saw Tom Thibodeau walk past Randle and go grab Cam Reddish by the arm and talk to him eyeball to eyeball. I saw RJ Barrett go to, and this is a separate occasion. This is the Memphis game, the first Memphis game. RJ Barrett was talking to Tom Thibodeau, and Tibbs walked right by him and grabbed Cam Reddish around the waist and talked to him. Now, what he said, we don't know. There's no audio. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it looked like to me that Tom Thibodeau was encouraging Cam Reddish in that first Memphis game. And Cam Reddish, on that same timeout, they go back on the floor. Brunson penetrates the paint. They kick out to Cam Reddish in the corner for three. And Cam Reddish hits the three to tie the game. Right? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Was it just encouragement for that moment? Possibly. Possibly. Did we still lose that game? Yes. But there are times when the media will say a certain thing, but during the game, your eyes tell you something different. And what we saw was Cam Reddish step up in that Memphis game. Were you not excited? Yo, Arizona King 480. Devin Booker equals MVP and Ayton best center in the NBA, not named Jokic and Embiid. Probably. How has Chris Paul been playing lately, though? Arizona King, how you like that big Chris Paul contract? Which I got like another year or two, right? No, y'all loving that right now. Let's go Knicks. So the Cam Reddish thing with Tibbs, the media has leaned pushed us a certain way, right? About Cam Reddish. When Cam Reddish got here, the narrative in this chat and in a lot of other places in Knicks universe was Cam Reddish is low motor, thinks he's a superstar, too big for this situation. And this year, when Cam Reddish came back healthy, all you have seen is the opposite. Humble pie. My man changed his number to 0 as a sign to the fans that he doesn't have an ego. You don't change your number from a scoring machine number like 21 or 22 or 23, right, to 0 if you're sending a sign to the fans that you feel like you're a star. You change your number to 0 to let people know that you have been humbled by your situation and you're going to go out there and give everybody all you got. Cam Reddish changed his number from a scoring machine number to 0 to let you know that his ego and pride is not bigger than the game. And how I know this is not because Cam Reddish said it. It's because other people that have done it over the course of history said it. Ask Damian Lillard. Man, I come from nothing. You know what I'm saying? I come from nothing. All I wanted people to know, blah, 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 blah. Listen to a young Russell Westbrook, why he wore 0. And now Cam Reddish is wearing 0. Right? So I'm not Cam Reddish's advocate either. Let me say that, by the way. Do I like Cam Reddish? Yes. Did I pound the table for a Cam Reddish trade to the Knicks? Yes. Did I get what I wanted? Yes. Right? But I'm New York Knicks forever. The New York Knicks can trade everybody on the roster for one guy, and I will root for that one guy immediately. It's New York Knicks forever. Right? So what I'll say to you is this. Do we need guys with Cam Reddish's skill set? Chat, do we need players with Cam Reddish's skill set? Before we answer, how about we address what Cam Reddish's skill set is? What is Cam Reddish's skill set? Before we say yes to the question, do we need Cam Reddish's skill set? How about we address what Cam Reddish's skill set is? Right? How about we address I'll ask myself, Uncle Freezy, yes. What does Cam Reddish, what's the one thing that steps out about Cam Reddish that impresses you the most, maybe puts him in an elite level amongst NBA players? That's easy. Cam Reddish has a set of the quickest hands in the NBA. If you hadn't noticed Cam Reddish deflections, no, listen, and I know this seems trivial and petty, right? But at 6'8", fluid athlete, right? Cam Reddish has quick hands. Santi Saldama was trying to take Cam off the dribble, right? Was trying to take Cam off the dribble, right? And when he got into his move, Cam ripped him like a NBA basketball game, like 2K. Saldama, number 7 from the Memphis Grizzlies. You can go back and watch the game. When he put the ball on the floor, Cam knocked the ball away with one hand, swim moved on the other side, and beat him to the basketball. Quick hands. Right? Lightning quick hands. If you ask me, what elite skill does anybody on the Knicks roster have? Like a physical gift? What elite physical gift does anybody on the Knicks roster have that's elite around the NBA? I'm going to tell you off the rip, Cam Reddish has lightning quick hands. And how we know this is go to Basketball Reference and look at his steal percentage. Go to Basketball Reference. And again, I'm not advocating for Cam Reddish. I'm pointing out, I'm putting out facts so that we can make a fair determination on what we want as a Knicks fan base. Because at the end of this conversation that I'm having with y'all, if we get to a point that Cam Reddish is not a part of the young core and he's not a Knick, then I'm like, so what? We'll move on. But at the end of this conversation, and after we add all the positive and negatives to this conversation, and Cam Reddish is New York forever, I'm like, so what? Bring him on. Right? Cam Reddish has lightning quick hands. Historically, his steal percentage is high per 100 possessions. Think about what I'm saying to you. I'm not making these things up. Go to basketballreference.com, look at his steal percentage, and you'll see that stuff. Right? So Cam Reddish, in my mind, has quick hands. Right? For a 6'8" athlete defensively to have quick hands, that's a plus. Does our second best or who's our chat? Who's the best perimeter defender on the Knicks? Somebody answer that for me because I want to see if they have quicker hands than Cam Reddish. Who's the best perimeter defender on the Knicks right now? Is it Miles McBride? Is it Quentin Grimes? Is it RJ Barrett? So if Grimes is the best perimeter defender, I'm just going by what D Nice said. I'm just going to trust D Nice on this, right? If Grimes is the best perimeter defender, right? Do you see him stealing the ball outright from men he is guarding? Do you see Grimes get deflections in passing lanes? Do you see Grimes get on-ball steals from the person he's guarding? Okay. I'm asking that. Listen, I'm not asking that as a indictment on Grimes because every NBA defender is going to defend differently. Every NBA defender is going to defend differently. It's just part of the game. These guys have different bodies. They have different athletic abilities. They have different skill sets. They have different experiences. So it's not an indictment on Grimes. It's not an indictment on Cam. But what I'm saying is, with a team that struggles with offensive consistency, and I'm not getting ready to knock RJ Barrett or Julius Randle, but with a team that struggles with offensive consistency, I think getting transition steals is a good thing. Getting buckets in transition is a good thing. What does Cam Reddish bring to the table if we need his skill set? What is that skill set that Cam has? Is it just being 6'8"? Well, Obi is 6'9". Obi's an athlete. Is it just being 6'8", 6'9"? Obi is that. Obi is probably more explosive. Obi maybe even be bigger than Cam. So in my mind, Cam Reddish has quick hands, quick reflexes. Quick hands, quick reflexes. The other 3 or 4 things, I'll say it comes with a certain prototype. Cam Reddish comes with a certain prototype, right? It's the explosive yet smooth athlete. Cam Reddish is that. You know the guys that can jump high in the air, yet they have a smooth, they're smooth around the rim. Right? These guys, they are rangy defenders. Like they can guard one guy, and if a guy is open 12 feet away, he can close that gap in an instant. Rangy defender. You know, if say, and I'm not saying that this happens, I'm just saying, just putting personnel on the floor. Say if RJ Barrett gets beat off the dribble by his man, Cam can recover from, say, somewhere close, 12, 15 feet, and maybe try to block the shot from behind. Not saying that it happens. I'm just saying just personnel on the floor. These guys are smooth. Cats like Cam Reddish are smooth in transition, right? They are the ones, unlike Randall's of the world, who's kind of a big power forward that can – Randall has excellent handles for a power forward, right? Excellent handles. You don't see power forwards in the league that can do what Randall, the things that Randall upstairs sometimes, but whatever. But Cam Reddish can get the ball in transition and push it on the break with two other wing players, and you can feel confident with them. Like RJ, Obi, and Cam on a 3-on-2, I feel confident with Cam handling the ball as opposed to Obi handling it, as opposed to RJ handling it. We feel confident in that. Right? And these guys with the ability of Cam Reddish, that prototype, they are always a threat to attack the basket. Right? But here are the drawbacks. Here are the drawbacks for Cam Reddish. These are the things that probably got him traded out of Atlanta, right? And it may be the reason why the Knicks don't sign him to a long-term deal. Right? These 6'8" wing players in general, they do so many different things that they're often injury prone, right? And I know a lot of times we argue for the sake of arguing. Don't argue with me on this one. Don't go into your mental checkout bag and try to prove me wrong on this. Stay with me. Stay focused on this. Don't try to go, oh man, Orlando's 6'9" guy off the bench never gets hurt. Well, what about Jonathan Isaac? Does he always stay hurt? Just asking. Just asking. I know sometimes when we put stuff out here and we have the conversation, it's fun to try to be like on the opposite side of the conversation just to say something. Right? It's always fun. Like, I'm gonna prove such and such wrong. Just bear with me on this one. I don't care about you know what I'm saying, the back and forth on this one. Stay with me on this one. This is about us coming together and having a conversation about something that benefits the both of us. Right? Guys guys that do the things that Cam Reddish does, they often stay hurt. Right? They stay hurt because they're asked to do everything from the things that point guards do to the things that centers do. Right? They're in the middle. They handle the ball a lot. They go to the glass, right? They defend ones, twos, threes, fours. They're asked to score. They're asked to defend. They're asked to bring up energy in transition on offense transition and defensive transition. And the vegan is with me. Paul George stays hurt. You know why? Not because he's injury prone, but because he's asked to do a lot of stuff. How about Kawhi Leonard? Is Kawhi Leonard always hurt? You know why? Because he's asked to do a lot of stuff. What about Ben Simmons? Is Ben Simmons always hurt? Because they're asked to do a lot of stuff. They're asked to do a lot of stuff. Right? Guys like that always stay nicked up, banged up. The guys, the 3 and D all around guys, those guys that are scoring machines, elite defenders, all these, they stay hurt. DeRoss is in the building. What's good, man? So one of the drawbacks on Cam Reddish is Cam Reddish stays hurt. Right? Is that Cam Reddish's fault? No. Because you ask him to do it and he does it and he gets hurt. Is that a Cam Reddish thing or is that an organizational thing? It's an organizational thing, but so what? It's one of those things you have to live with. Right? It's like running backs, bro. It's like running backs. Running backs stay hurt. Big Oso is in the building. 69 vibes. What's good? Here's the other thing about Cam Reddish, and this has nothing to do with him being a wing player in that skill set. This is a Cam Reddish issue. Cam Reddish is an inconsistent scorer. Cam Reddish is an inconsistent scorer for 2 reasons. For 3 reasons. Maybe even 4 reasons. Let me say the most important ones first. I'm gonna say the most important ones first, and then let me say the most important ones first, and then we'll get into the other stuff. Historically, Cam Reddish's shot selection has been terrible. But it comes from confidence, which it seems like those 2 things should not go hand in hand. You miss shots, but you're confident taking them. Well, shot selection is not just saying, oh, that's a bad shot right there. Shot IQ and shot selection comes from knowing personnel, the game situation, and time and score. Right? There's also an element of how hot you are during the game. So it's understanding the game where you are. If you're up by 14 with 8 minutes to go, you don't need to take this 3 right now. Work the ball around, get a good shot. Because whittling the time clock down is more important than your heat check. That's basketball. The personnel on the floor, right? You got to understand the personnel on the floor. If Cam is on the floor with Jalen Brunson, who's smoking hot, and Julius Randle is knocking down threes, and you've done that certain thing, if Randall's knocking down threes, Brunson's doing the Brunson burner, and that's been effective for the last 8 or 9 trips down the floor, then Cam Reddish doing a heat check is not important. It is not important. Right? So Cam Reddish's shot selection had been in question, right? But here's the thing, too, with Cam Reddish in the shot selection. There have been times here recently within the last week or so, within the last week or so, that you've seen Cam Reddish pass up shots. Cam, you're wide open for a 15-foot baseline jumper. Why are you kicking that ball to Hartenstein at the free throw line? Cam, you got to take that shot right there. You got to take that shot. So shot selection and basketball IQ, they go hand in hand, but being too selfish is bad. Being unselfish, very unselfish, that's bad also. Cam Reddish, when you have a wide open 15-foot baseline jumper, they're not coming out to you, Cam. You got to take that shot, man. You just got to take that shot because it was the best shot the defense presented to you. You got to take that. And not just Cam Reddish. I'm talking about RJ Barrett, that 15-foot jump shot. If it's open, bro, you got to take. Don't barrel to the basket. Take that wide open 15-foot jump shot. I know it's mid-range, and I know it's being coached out of y'all, right? But some of these shot IQ is very, very, very important. Very important. So shot selection for Cam, part of his inconsistent scoring, that's been historically a bad thing for Cam. I think he's working on it right now. Right now, though, you don't want to see Cam Reddish averaging 7 points a game or 8 points a game or whatever it is that he's scoring. We need scoring from Cam in the worst way. We need scoring in general from guys in the worst way. But shot selection is key. We got to be smarter with the shots that we take. And just because a shot is needed doesn't mean you have to throw up a desperate shot. Right? Here's the other thing. Here is the one thing that I think is a neutral point about Cam, but I think it's a great point for us as Knicks fans. Cam Reddish at one point thought he was going to be a star. Now, will that day come? It possibly. This dude's 22. Possibly the day may come, right? Here's the thing with Cam, and it's a neutral thing for us. I think Cam is in that place where he needs somebody to embrace him like the Knicks embrace RJ. And it's tough And it's tough. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, hit those likes. Smash that like button. Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Support the family, man. Here's the thing about Cam. I think Cam needs that organizational embrace like how the Knicks embrace RJ. And it's tough, though. It's tough when you're the stepson, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's tough when you're the step. See, RJ Barrett was drafted by the Knicks. We were there on draft night, right? We were there on draft night when, when RJ was drafted. We were there leading up to the process. We knew we were getting RJ Barrett. So when the commissioner called RJ Barrett's name on that night, not today. I'm not saying how you feel today. I'm saying on that night, the Knicks fan base took a collective deep breath. Like, oh man, we got the guy that wanted us. Cam Reddish, on the other hand, was drafted by another organization, and he was traded to us at an inopportune time, but he's here. And now, do we embrace Cam like we've embraced RJ? I don't know if we have. And I don't know if we ever will. Right? Because RJ Barrett is the son. RJ Barrett is our son, right? Basically. And kind of in this weird way, I'm trying to draw a comparison to who RJ Barrett is to us, right? RJ Barrett is, at that time, was the pick that we wanted. And I know others, I know that a lot of us wanted Zion, a lot of us wanted Ja, but in real life, we knew that Zion wasn't dropping in the draft. And in real life, we knew that Ja Morant was not dropping in the draft. The board was set. We were not moving up to 1, and RJ Barrett wasn't going number 1. Destiny was set. And Keith Turner says, nobody is hating on Cam, but he does have some issues, and I like Cam. No, Keith Turner, this is not what I'm speaking to you about. Is not a today thing. What I'm speaking about is a 2022 all year long thing. From the day we got Cam, the rumors were, well, Tibbs never wanted him. Right? That was the rumor. Mark Berman and somebody else put out something that said that Tibbs didn't want Cam. And what it turns out is it's not that Tibbs didn't want Cam. It's that Tibbs was like, y'all are telling me to play all of these kids, and now y'all are going to bring in another one. How do I play this guy when y'all are wanting me to play Quickly and Cam and Grimes? Quickly, Obi and Grimes. Okay. Hey, Keith Turner, 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. I got you. Roger that. I got you. All right. So that puts us in this situation with Cam, right? Bo Ismail is in the building. What's good, Bo? So it puts us in this situation with Cam, right? What do you do with Cam? What is Cam Reddish to the Knicks? Keyshawn is in the building. What's good, man? Keyshawn, your Packers are looking fantastic. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Historically, like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, historically, when the Knicks get a young player like this and say off of the the initial rookie contract or right after the rookie contract, the Knicks don't keep that guy historically. And if we're reading the tea leaves, it looks as if Cam Reddish won't be a Knick come summertime. The Knicks didn't offer him an extension, or they didn't get one done. The Knicks and Cam Reddish didn't get an extension done before the deadline, before the extension deadline. Cam Reddish is going to hit free agency. Eddie F., what's good, man? So what do? If you're the Knicks, do you risk Cam Reddish leaving in free agency, or do you trade him at the deadline and get something for him? And it's a heartbreaking conversation for me, right? This is like a heartbreaker right here. You know what I mean? Because we've got exactly what we've wanted at the small forward position from Cam Reddish, outside of the scoring, and part of that has to do with the number of shots he takes, right? But do you allow Cam Reddish to walk out of the door for free to go be, say, a starter at small forward for, say, the San Antonio Spurs, who are rebuilding, and they'll give that kid every opportunity to become a star with them? Or the Detroit Pistons, right? Do you let him walk out that door? Do you let Cam walk out the door and sign with the Washington Wizards, who will give him every opportunity to kindle or rekindle that stardom that's buried deep inside, along with the new skills he learned from the Knicks? Do you let Cam Reddish sign with, say, the Portland Trailblazers, who fits Cam Reddish's style to a T? Up-tempo, energetic wings, getting in passing lanes, playing in the open floor? Or do you trade him and get something for him? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm disheartened that I had to even mention that. Quiet Money, thank you for that. Happy birthday, Julius Randle. Happy birthday to Julius Randle. And Freaky says, this is 100% the same convo that y'all had about them not extending Mitch. Right. 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 And I get it. The thing about the NBA today, though, Free Keith, is wing players are more attractive to organizations than centers. So while Mitch had two suitors, us and the Pistons, Cam Reddish will be pursued by every NBA team that has cap space. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, never offer a contract. Let him go to restricted free agency. Okay. 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 what I would say to you guys, and this is off the subject, but I'm going to get off the subject a little bit, and then I'm going to jump right back on. I promise. Don't you guys ever get tired? Y'all don't get tired of the front office gambling? Y'all don't get tired of this front? Y'all really, really would rather Cam go to restricted free agency? Y'all don't get tired of this front office gambling? When does this front office gamble and win? Point it out. Y'all say this as if the front office has proved to y'all that they are good around the league at this game of poker. And I'm not slighting your Evergreen G is in the building. What's good, my man? Evergreen G in the building. We don't get tired of this front. You don't get tired of the Leon Rose front office gambling? When are we going to win? When are we going to win with this? Somebody show me any evidence that this front office, say, has won in a gamble. Somebody give me 2 or 3 evidences of that. Hey, Parasaka, thank you for the generous contribution. Parasaka says, you can match any offer, Freezer. He can't leave. Right. No. That's not what I'm saying, Parasaka. What I'm saying is teams get creative and restricted free agency, right? They can offer the Knicks the poison pill, and are you going to take it? Are you going to take it just for Cam Reddish? What happens when the 4-year, $100 million contract comes up? You're like, what? Where did that come from? We ain't paying Cam no $25 million a year. Justin DW, thank you for the generous contribution. Justin DW says, I want Cam to be here, but I think his play could do more than help us win. It could help us get a star. Let him ball, and we could try to get an ant. Cam is good, but no star. Star play is what wins. I want Cam to be here, but I think his play could do more than help us win. It can help us get a star. Let him ball, and we could get ant. Cam is good, but he is no star. Star play is what wins. Hey, Justin DW, appreciate that, man. And so the thing I'm getting to about Cam is the restricted free agency piece. I understand it. I understand the restricted free agency piece. What I'm sore about is the front office gambling. Like they didn't come to a contract thing with Cam, whether it be years or dollars or roll or whatever it is. If and my thing is if they didn't agree upon that before September 1st, then what's going to make them agree to that when free agency starts at the end of the season? Oh, here come a Tom Thibodeau hater. We talking about Cam, and here go the Tibbs haters. Tibbs isn't implementing him the way he should be played. Here come the haters. And Paris Sucker says, you don't pay RJ, you don't pay Cam. He's ours for another year and a half. I got you. Appreciate y'all comments, man, too, by the way. Appreciate y'all comments. So what I'm getting at with the Cam thing is, what is Cam to us? Right? What is Cam? Listen to my question to you guys. Right? This is my question to you guys. This is not the creation of a narrative. Right? This ain't like me trying to put something in Nick's universe. This is Uncle Freezy talking to you. To all of y'all. What does Cam Reddish mean to you? Man, it's about 80 or 90 of y'all in here. What does Cam Reddish mean to you? You feel me? If Cam Reddish means nothing to you, then this conversation may not be the one for you. Right? Oh, Evergreen G want to come in and talk my head off. Okay. Evergreen G want to come in here and talk my head off. Oh boy. All right, Evergreen G. All right. Evergreen G is disturbed. Evergreen G disturbing the joint. Okay, Evergreen. All right, just bear with me. All right, there you go. Free Keith says Cam is a hooper, plain and simple. Free Keith, what does that even mean? Free Keith, what does that even mean? He's a hooper. What does that even? That's like a cloud of smoke. What is that? Somebody come in hot. Evergreen people good. Oh, wait a minute. Evergreen, hold on. Free keeps talking about he a hooper. I don't even get it. What does that mean? Evergreen G, what's good, boss? Evergreen
What's
G
going
got
on? What's going on?
Oh, what's good, man? How you doing?
All is well, man. I can't complain. I wasn't trying to come in all hot, man. You know, I'm cool, calm, and collective today. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Why you gotta put those wild assertions on to me like I'm out here beating people up?
So wait a minute. So you stopped beating people up?
Bro,
You retired?
Yeah, man. I retired, man. You know, I come in. I show my face a little bit. Hey, real quick, the beat is still playing in the background. Am I bugging or no?
Yeah, that's you. You
Okay.
got YouTube pulled up?
Do I have YouTube? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me close that out. All right, how's that? Is that better?
Hey, I never heard it, but you good though.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm here. All right. So let's just say this: me and my wife was at the game, the Memphis at Knicks game. My wife and I was there.
Okay.
Cam Reddish is a guy that should not be standing in the corner. He's a guy that I believe should be implemented into the offense. And that position that he's got standing as the bailout pass 3-ball man in the right wing is not how you get him to do his thing. Just so happens he was able to get a nice little, bailout 3-ball pass, head fake into a nice, real smooth, silky Euro step right hand lay.
Okay.
These are things that should be added in and implemented with him on a regular basis.
Okay.
Obviously, right now, RJ Barrett is not getting it done in an efficient manner that most people expect to happen as a matter of a $120 million man.
Okay. Hey, let me pause right there. Not to cut you off, right? But Free Keith is backstage, man. Let me. Yo, hey, Evergreen. Hey, go ahead, Evergreen. I just didn't want my man to wait backstage for too long. You know how these celebrities get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Free Keith, what's popping? Hope all is well. So what I'm getting at is that his offensive skill is something that should be utilized much more aggressively.
Evergreen, what was the personnel package when Cam was in the corner?
What was the personnel package was, if I remember correctly, it was Derrick Rose. It was Derrick Rose, RJ, Obi, and Hartenstein. If I remember that play correctly.
Okay.
I want to say it was Derrick Rose, RJ, Obi, and Hartenstein, and it was that lineup was really brief because Hartenstein had got that foul on Jaren Jackson, and then they pulled him out. Okay. And he pulled him out right after Jaren Jackson drained that 3, and then I want to say it was a couple plays after that Cam Reddish, multiple plays was sitting in the corner waiting.
Okay.
While the 2-man game was being played. So bottom line, regardless of who it's at, if we're gonna play the guy, I mean, it's bad enough we already sat $18 million down on the bench, right? Like Evan Fournier is not getting a game. At what point are you going to try to utilize his skill set more consistently? There's no reason that Cam Reddish shouldn't have been
which part of the skill set?
The offensive skill set that he has.
Which part of his offensive skill set?
Either slashing or seeing what he can make on isolation plays.
Okay.
I mean, those seem to be the only two things that our illustrious coach has in his repertoire. Everything else is based off of what Jalen Brunson is making for himself. So if we're gonna do that, you got a guy in RJ Barrett who's put in that position, but he's not.
Okay.
Barrett is settling for the 3-ball, and it's just ridiculous that these things are not being implemented and not being exploited. Tom Thibodeau has the tools that he can utilize to become to at least have people look at him like he's a really dope he's a really dope coach again, but he's so horrible with his offensive sets. The only reason that he looks like he's doing a decent job right now is because we finally got a point guard.
Okay.
So at some point in time, Cam Reddish has got to flourish, whether he's getting $2 million or whether he's getting, however much they're willing to pay him. But if the only time that I'll jump on a bandwagon and say that the front office is doing horrible now is if they don't re-sign this guy. If they allow him to go to free agency, restricted free agency, then now I'm ready to jump on the same bandwagon that everybody else has been clamoring for.
There's no other choice now. There's no other choice now. It's either trade him before the deadline or he hits restricted free agency. Those are the choices. Keith, what's good, my brother?
What's good, family?
How you gonna sit up there and say the most oblivious thing in the world? Like we supposed to understand what you're saying?
I feel like
he a hooper?
Yeah, he's a hooper. Like, and when I say that, it's like, yeah, like there's a difference between cats in the league who are basketball players and then there's hoopers. Like, he's a hooper. Like, he has a touch for the game. Like, and you can see it. Like, his athleticism is built for his particular kind of lankiness and reach and stretch and hand speed, and the mix of things and tools that he has is tailor made for the position that he's playing in basketball.
Okay.
In NBA basketball.
Okay. All right. You didn't say that in the chat.
I also said that was also too much for me to write, so that's why I said, "Let me on and I'll explain."
So first of all, you say "let me on" as if you don't run the channel. For one,
I don't run the channel. Stop it, Breeze. Like,
yo,
man.
Honestly,
come on, man. You keep trying to feed me cake, man. Like, let's just talk about these Knicks players, man.
Yo, I'm not freaky. Honestly, I'm not up for it today, bro. I got a headache, bro. It's killing me. And then you up here, you know what I'm saying, like Clarence Avant. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Here this dude go. Look, back to ball. Bro. Your man's RJ.
He up here like Clive Davis. Like,
I think that there's a contingent of people who are enamored with the fact that we got a third round pick. I mean, a third
overall
pick, and so like he's forever going to be that, and they're not willing to evaluate him beyond that point. And that's really what's at least from the fan side, like that's what's unfair to Cam. Because like I tell you what, and you even look at the plus minuses and any combination of stats that you look at, like them cats actually they might be better for the starting unit as our wing players than, you know what I'm saying, than RJ.
Okay. All right.
Like I say, I know I'm gonna get hated on, but like a starting line of Brunson, Grimes, Cam, to me, like that's an effective front court backcourt wing combo, yo.
Okay. All right. Let me say this. I don't think it's that, bro. I think it's, let me address the super chat, right? And then we can get to the combination of what you and Evergreen G said, right? So Eddie F says, I remember when we got Spree and it changed everything. I'm not saying Cam is Spree, but If Cam can steadily do what he does and improve bit by bit, then his importance is huge to the front office as a win, right? I think all these things go together, right? So Evergreen G, this is what I was going to say to your point, because I understand where you're coming from, and so with you made a great point, but like when you guys make these points, I be wanting y'all to elaborate or get to the crux of what it is that y'all saying. Like when you said Cam shouldn't be posted up in the corner, I knew you were right. Right? I knew you were right as soon as you said it. Right? But what I wanted you to get into is what Cam Reddish brings to an NBA offense that you don't get when Cam is posted up in the corner. And if he can bring that to an NBA team, do the Knicks need that thing? And if the Knicks need that thing, why aren't we getting it from Cam if he can easily do it? You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. So I'll say this. There's younger guys in the league that are in his age bracket that have already attested to the fact that Cam Reddish is an elusive offensive threat, and that most people within that age bracket and circuit that played with him, they attest to that time in and time out.
Right.
But the fact that he's not utilized as an offensive threat and he's only utilized on the wing is a huge problem. Huge problem. Now, we've filled up the gap in the whole of the system of not having a point guard.
Right.
But because we aren't running any legitimate sets and everything is all, Jalen Brunson essentially creating for himself with a bailout option to whoever is open, that becomes a problem because everyone's standing around watching.
Okay.
We if we can establish some type of offense, I don't care if it's what we spoke about, a couple years ago with the Spanish pick and roll. I don't care if it's a quasi triangle. I don't care if it's horns. I don't care what the offense is,
or floppy, or all these things that teams run.
Yeah, I don't care what it is, but an offense that implements the concepts of wing scoring, wing isolation, that wing deal that everybody else in the league is already operating in. Like every team in the league right now utilizes wing option scoring.
Right.
Even if you look at what Dylan Brooks did to us the other day, like wing option scoring. You look at it seems that we're the only team that's not dealing with it, or we are dealing with it, but the guy that we're giving all that trust and faith and promise to, which is RJ Barrett, he's not as efficient as one would think he is, or think he could be, because he's settling for that three ball. Right. So and I made the comment a couple of days ago, if RJ Barrett was to take one step in and give us a jump shot and see him going in, maybe the rest of the league will start to have a little bit more respect for his offensive prowess that he could have. But
RJ,
I think that what RJ is forcing himself to do is what Cam can naturally do.
Right.
So at some point, that natural ability, it has to show up with the point guard that we have, but the point guard is doing what he can and really doing what he must based off of the fact that is a sheer gap in offensive sets being ran legitimately.
Let me say this to the best real quick. It's a little bit off topic, but the best says, thanks for giving the Detroit Pistons Alec Burks and Kevin Knox. They are playing great. Hey, you are very, very, very welcome. They are.
I'm not even mad
great.
at that.
They are playing great, just like that taco burrito you get from the Mexican place, where it's really good going in, but what it's going to be like going out is a different story.
I mean, it couldn't have been no worse.
Yeah, I mean,
They couldn't have been no worse than what's going on there. But like Burks is just proving what I was saying about what I liked about Burks. Like, yo, like that dude is definitely, he's not a bad player. Right now, Lakers could use Burks. They could use him bad. They could use him bad.
We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do tonight. But I want to.
Their starters are like 4 of their starters are down, and they've been washing teams. Yo, like what are you talking about?
Because they don't know how to tank.
Yeah, like they are doing a very bad job of tanking.
Yeah, because they don't know how to tank. So, but you know, to the point that Evergreen G said though, Evergreen, this is what I'm saying to you is that would Cam Reddish, or the question, the rhetorical question is, and it's rhetorical. Remember, this is rhetoric. Right? I'm just saying something. I'm not trying to drive a thought either way. I'm just putting it in the ether. Right? What if the Knicks took the battery out of the back of somebody? Like, what if the Knicks took the battery out of the back of Derrick Rose and put it into the back of Cam Reddish? Why are we forced to see Derrick Rose at 34?
What are you talking about? So how much do you see Derrick Rose? That man plays 8 minutes. You want to give Cam his battery?
Yes.
Bro, he hasn't played more than 11 minutes a game in a game this season.
But
you bugging out.
But Freaky, no, listen to me. Stop looking on the surface when I say these type of things, Free Keith. I know you trying to drag me into an intellectual debate. You smart, right? But I'm smart too, bro. You not get ready to drag me into the front of all these people to do the intellectual debate, right? I debate on my own terms, right? But listen, here's the thing, Free Keith. It's not Derrick Rose's minutes, right? Is his role and importance on the team that I'm saying. See, Cam Reddish right now is just he's an afterthought. He's just another guy, like just a dude. You don't know today. You don't know if Cam Reddish is in the Knicks' plans for the young core or not. You don't know how they value him monetarily or not. You don't know if they value him as a starter or not, right? The only reason why you saw Cam as a starter is because another guy got hurt. Cam did his thing, but you don't know if the Knicks organization planned for Cam Reddish to be the starter from day one.
What do you mean another guy got hurt? Dude, like he didn't have to start. What do you mean? They sat Evan. He sat Evan.
Yeah, but
hold on. He didn't have to do that, and actually, that's atypical that what Tibbs would normally do. So what are y'all talking about?
Okay,
I'll say this:
when in history would y'all have known Tibbs to bench his favorite vet like Evan for a dude who didn't even play the last season? When would you have known Tibbs to do that?
So okay, all right. So okay.
So he didn't have to. He didn't have to start Cam.
He didn't have to start Cam.
Exactly. So let's stop with the whole Tibbs was forced to do X, Y, and Z. He did that because he saw something, the same thing we're seeing in Cam.
Okay.
I'll say this.
He's been talking Keith. Cam up from preseason.
Keith,
hey, Evergreen, let me say this to him real quick and I'll get out of the way. Free Keith, you right. You're right. Yeah, Evergreen G.
All right. The benching of Evan Fournier was not for the upliftment of Cameron Reddish. The benching of Evan Fournier came once we got the decision. I mean, we got the news that Quentin Grimes was back to being healthy again.
That is untrue.
What?
When did
talking about?
When did Evan Fournier get healthy?
Evan Fournier? When was he injured?
When did Quentin Grimes get healthy? How long was Quentin Grimes out this season before he actually came back and started playing again?
I'm told he had been healthy the whole time.
Because you believe conspiracy theories.
No, he was not listed on the Knicks injury report.
Dude, he's one of the favorite players. He's one of the favorite players. You think?
Oh, now we objection. Tibbs
was trying to find all kinds of ways to play Grimes when he shouldn't have probably even been playing.
Okay.
So I just want to clarify for you, Keith.
Grimes was playing garbage minutes.
Let me get this question off for you. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Are you implying that Quentin Grimes was not injured? Is that correct or no?
What, when Evan was benched? Yeah, no, I believe that he was injured. I believe he was injured already.
Okay. So when did Quentin Grimes when Quentin Grimes came back and started playing? Was Evan Fournier was he sharing the floor or sharing time?
No, Evan hasn't come back, bro.
That's what I'm explaining to you, is that once Quentin Grimes was given the green light, that's when the decision to keep Evan Fournier and $18 million.
He was already sitting, though. What do you mean? You can't make that conclusion because he was already sitting. That's almost like saying, like, oh, because the sun came up, night didn't happen. Like, that's not you're trying to put 2 points together that don't make no sense. He was already sitting. So you just saying that him continuing sitting was because Grimes was here, that makes no sense. He was sitting because he was trash.
What's the point to all of this, though? What does all this have to do with Cam Reddish?
What I'm saying is, Cameron Reddish's implementation doesn't have a damn thing to do with Evan Fournier on the bench. I'm saying that decision was made because Quentin Grimes was back and he's a much better defender. And
that the whole in the chat, wait. In the chat, Evergreen G said Evan Fournier got hurt, but he corrected it and said Grimes.
I corrected it.
That was just a mistake.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't see the chat, but I corrected that.
Yeah, he corrected that already.
What I'm saying is that the reason that Evan Fournier is not playing is not a matter of, okay, Cam Reddish is that guy. Of course, you're going to have your coach that's going to talk you up during the preseason.
He doesn't talk up everybody. Don't say that Tibbs is that coach. He's not that kind of guy, bro. He does not do that. He don't do the smoke. He don't do the blowing the smoke up people's asses, bro. That's not Tibbs. Say you know Tibbs to be that guy. And why wasn't he talking up everybody?
I didn't quite finish my thought. But okay. What I'm getting at is that that's what you're supposed to do in the preseason until you are shown otherwise. The opportunity that Cam Reddish got to play, again, wasn't simply off of, okay, let's bench Evan Fournier. That came off as a matter of filling in Quentin Grimes' minutes. But Tom Thibodeau can see that unless Evan Fournier is giving you a consistent 15 points a game off of stretching the floor in threes, he's not giving you anything else. At least Quentin Grimes gives you a much better defensive option. So the decision to keep him on the bench came because he has two better defenders. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because who took over Evan Fournier's minutes when he was officially benched and got all those DNPs? Who was the guy that took over?
It was a split. You know, Evan Fournier plays 30 minutes a game for his career, right?
Bro.
And nobody that filled in the role played 30 minutes. So it was now players got lion's shares of those minutes at times. But to say that one guy, because
RJ was a major beneficiary of that. RJ is playing 40 minutes a night. RJ is getting the most, since Evan went down, RJ is getting the most playing time of any guy on the team. Good point. Yes, some of those minutes did move around, and some of them went to guys who really shouldn't really have them. Yeah, right. You're right.
Right.
So RJ was already at what, 36 minutes. So if he's at 40 minutes, he's at
4 minutes.
Four more minutes that he got added. Then you have what, another 4 minutes that goes
somewhere to.
No, Cam Reddish was a benefactor. Right? As a matter of fact, this
Cam is
game,
getting 23 minutes.
as a matter of fact, the game that just passed, Grimes and Reddish together played a total of 50 minutes. I think Grimes played 26 and Cam played 24. Either way, they played a total of 50 minutes.
So
right?
when Cam Reddish was starting, was Evan Fournier officially on the bench?
Yeah.
Or was
wait. So Evergreen G, let's cut to what's your point?
Yeah,
my point is that Evan Fournier's minutes and the decision to keep him on the bench comes from the fact that Tom Thibodeau has two better defenders that can offer the same amount of offense.
Grimes came back, Cam got injured. Neither of those times did Evan even come back to touch a little bit of basketball.
Right. Right.
And either of those times wasn't even a thought. Gave more time to quickly get you. We saw Deuce.
Yeah.
Evan is not coming back on the court, brother.
No.
And he has and they are taking his time.
Yeah. Okay. But so
and he could have brought him back because both of them they're literally just on the court together now. That was the first game in like mad long where they both played.
So now that we know that Evan Fournier is not coming back based off of minutes distribution, based off of younger guys getting minutes over him,
okay.
Why
based off of him not being as effective as them?
Right. Why aren't we putting Cameron Reddish in the same exact offensive positions that Evan Fournier was put into throughout those minutes? That's my point.
And you know what? And to your question, and to the statement that you stated earlier about Cam Reddish probably shouldn't be in the corner wasting away. With Evan Fournier on the floor, Evan Fournier touches the ball and tries to create some. Cam is in the corner.
And that is by design.
And I think that's a problem.
Problem.
You think that's a problem too. That's why you said it. At the very beginning, when you said you and the missus went to the game. Right?
So let's say the same exact thing that Evan Fournier does, you put Cameron Reddish in that same exact position. Do we think there's going to be a change in effectiveness in play?
For which player? Cam?
For Cameron Reddish. If we take everything that Evan Fournier does or has done or can do, we say, you know what? We're going to run these same type of plays or the same variety of sets, 2-man ball between Cam and Juju, you know what I mean? Offensive, screens and run around slashes for Cam Reddish. Do we think that we would have a better?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. I got a call coming in. Go ahead.
Do we think that we would have better offensive efficiency? I say at least 20% better at scoring off of, if you put him in the same exact position. I think clearly Cam Reddish is better than Evan Fournier every day of the week. Why isn't he being implemented that way as a matter of trying to win? I don't think he should be coming off the bench. I think he should be the starting 2 or 3, depending on how you slice it between him and RJ.
Between him and RJ. If the way I'd slice it is I slice RJ to the second unit and I bring Grimes. I want to see Grimes and Cam run. That's a lockdown wing defensive unit. And I feel like I'm tired of seeing guys blow past RJ and his slow foot speed. I'm tired of cats leaving him out of this conversation that we're having now about these guys, because it's not just Evan that they might be better than, it's also him.
Now I agree with that. Now we know as a matter of business that's That's
I
not
know it's
something that's going to happen,
it's probably
right?
not going to happen. But in this conversation of like trades and like, oh, like re-signing this dude and this that and the other, like I could definitely still like we're only at game 20, so the season and in terms of like what these players look like can definitely there's room for that to change, and and for impressions to get a little bit different on cats. But like I tell you what, I don't think RJ is safe. I don't think RJ is safe. And in this discussion of like, oh, like we don't got enough money to extend such and such, and he's going to go to free agency, and what we going to do? Like he might be one of them ways we open up money. I'm telling you.
Well. How about this? I just before we get too much into the future, what I want to ask y'all is, what does Cam Reddish bring to this organization, and why would we waste 100 minutes talking about Cam Reddish if he's not part of the future plans? Does Cam Reddish bring something positive to the Knicks, and is he worth talking about?
Yes.
I think we can agree. I think we can all agree there.
As the honorary non-elected leader of the Cam Reddish Hive, I think that man needs a contract. I've been screaming about it since the beginning of the season. He needs a contract.
I'll do you one better. I'm almost positive that he will get one from us.
Okay, then that gives me hope that I'm not the only guy that's willing to jump off this bridge.
20 more games. We are going to be watching Brunson, Grimes, Cam, and either Jew or OB, but I think it's Jew and Mitch. That's going to be the starting unit.
Well, I'll say this: I'm not a huge proponent over. I think with my basketball philosophy, I think the game itself, each individual game calls for, a potential to potentially switch up, like the lineups. I don't look at it as a matter of this guy should automatically always indubitably start over
in
this
cemented.
guy.
Okay, what situation does Brunson not start?
No, well, yes.
But he doesn't have competition.
So there are caveats to that particular philosophy.
Right.
Yeah. We're there.
Right. But the thing is we're missing here is this. Say for instance, right? The Knicks do value Cam Reddish. What role do you put him in, right? What role do you put him in? And based on that role, like, how do you pay? For instance, if you put him in a role, you're going to have to pay him fair market value for that role, right? Say for instance, Free Keith, what's Cam Reddish's role right now?
Honestly, I think it's being found. Like, and
so Evergreen G is right.
What? Wait.
About the lineups.
I don't think that, like, y'all keep talking about he's being used one particular way.
No, I didn't.
Well, he is, like, and y'all was saying like, oh, he's stuck in the corner, this, that, and the other. I don't, like, I saw that at the beginning. As he's getting comfortable now, I see him being more mobile. Like, he's probably one of our best cutters. The dude, his athletic, he finishes better than RJ.
Okay.
You were saying earlier, like, oh, RJ, he settles for the three or this, that, and the other. The dude can't finish unless he's trying to get a foul.
So let's take what RJ has been attempting to do, and let's put that same exact position and give it to Cam.
That's more success to me.
Right.
You're arguing. You're not like. You're not you're arguing with me. Like, we're on the same side there. Like,
okay.
I feel like we got two guys in Grimes and Cam that we're talking about them now. Guys are making it a little bit in some threads. I'm seeing like a versus, like, oh, Cam versus Grimes, this, that, and the other. Like, them cats are going to flourish together, and we are going to see something really great out of that.
Okay.
Well, I'm not like I know there's a lot of people that are super up on Grimes.
Thank you.
And I understand why. I'm not willing to jump off of that boat just yet, or jump onto that boat just yet.
Questions here.
No. I'm
I
like
asked what role with Cam, and all of a sudden I'm hearing like they can thrive together. What I'm asking specifically, what does Cam Reddish bring to the Knicks that can be implemented every night in a positive way?
Secondary scoring.
Secondary scoring, okay.
Secondary scoring, with obviously Jalen Brunson being the number one scorer. Clearly, he's got the most 30-point games as a point guard in a Knicks uniform since the year 2000. I read that stat and I lost my mind.
Right.
Clearly, he is the number one scorer, number one option
through 20 games.
Right. And although this last game was a heartbreaker, Brunson actually is one of the top three clutch point getters in the fourth quarter this season so far.
And he's as far as point getters, he's neck and neck with a guy we just lost to.
All right.
He's neck and so.
And that dude was probably praying that Brunson missed.
Yeah. And what I'm saying to you is this: what I think Cam Reddish's role should be going forward, period, unquestioned, is starting small forward for the New York Knicks. And in that role, he should be a tertiary scorer. I expect somewhere between 12 and 15 points a game, right? But I expect him also to be the number one wing defender on the New York Knicks, right?
I'll agree to all of that.
That to me is up in the air, though. That to me is like. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me finish. The reason why you put him in that role is not because that is not to present that to be the cap to his talents. That's the baseline. You are the starter, right? You're a tertiary scorer. You're our primary wing defender. 12 to 15 points per game is about what we expect. That's only 3+ points per quarter. Can you get Cam Reddish as a starter with 27, 28 minutes? Can you get me 3 points per quarter? Can you get that for me on a nightly basis consistently? And can you give me all-out defense on the other team's best wing scorer? That's it. That's a baseline. Now, what he does above and beyond that, is gravy, right? But you can't give me anything below that. That's what I'm getting at, Freaky.
I'm gonna tell you from like just what I'm seeing from Cam, and I don't want to jump out the window or like overshoot it. So like I'm not going to go into what I think like, oh, his box score or things like that should be. But I definitely look at him, how he plays, how Brunson plays, and how Grimes plays. And it's weird because like Grimes, while he's playing with Brunson, Grimes actually is more of a passer than Brunson is. It's a weird little thing that goes on with.
He's more unselfish.
Not necessarily. Yo, Brunson, we gotta come to terms. Brunson's a scoring guard. Yo, he's a scoring point guard. Yo, like and I have no problem with that.
Nobody's debating. No, we're not debating that. That's not up for debate.
Yeah,
right now.
So like I have no problem with that because he's effective at it. I have no problem with it. But like Grimes to me adds a little bit of that passing element where that, like, not coming from the point guard, but like as a shooting guard, like he really kind of his passes are, to me, more dynamic.
Okay.
And I like having that playmaking next to that kind of scorer, and as well as that person can score too and defend. Like, like that combination of Grimes and Cam, I think is, and how they play. And when I say how they play, like them cats, like they're on the ball, they're running after the ball. Cam's hands is mad fast. Like you can't be secure just with a sloppy dribble around him. Right, it's like, so they're applying pressure, and it's pressure in small ways that we don't normally apply that pressure. The only times we saw that, and people about to kick my back in, is when cats like Elf played. When cats like Elf played, and when cats like Bullock played. But the only thing is, they didn't have the offensive skill set. But like these dudes defensively, like I look at them as being pluses on the defensive side, and their offense being something that actually would fit better with how the heavier portions, the better portions of the front unit play.
I understand what you're saying. I can compartmentalize what you're saying, right? I ain't trying to kick it back in over you mentioning Elfrid Payton. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, to be quite honest with you, 2 years have passed, and I think I'm over my despise and ulcer vitriol for what was Elfrid Payton's game as a Knick.
Dude, you have to at least admit this. Like, like we kept like 90% of our team. The only two that left was Bullock and Elf. We went from a top 5 defense to a bottom 5 defense. And people still to this day will not explain to me how that happened.
How that happened? No, I get it, because we know why it happened.
They were very good wing defenders
because we didn't re-sign Novell Pell. Okay, I'm kidding. All right. I'm kidding there, but you understand. But yeah, I get you. I get your point. I get your point.
But yeah, so they seem to me to be able to add that role, plus add better, more consistent offense.
Okay. So I understand what the detriments to the teams and things are. To the Cam point is I get the feeling that Knicks fans are warming up to Cam Reddish.
I'd agree.
Because last year, now remember the 2021-22 season, fans were not warm to Cam Reddish at all.
Well, people wanted to see him play.
Nah, people want to see him gone.
Nah, people want. I can't recall too many of those conversations. Yeah, I recall conversations where cats was mad at Tibbs, mad at the front office. Why'd you trade him first? You ain't play him. Blah 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 blah.
Nah, freak you. I live streamed every day, twice a day, for like 2 hours a day, bro. I promise you, the chat was like, we traded one Kevin Knox for another. That was the sense that we were getting a lot of times with Cam Reddish. Was it fair? Of course it wasn't fair. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, you don't know what Kevin Knox could have been here. Maybe Kevin Knox being a bust was our fault. And two, you didn't see Cam Reddish play enough to assume that Cam Reddish was not a good NBA player. The terms like low motor, selfish, a lot of those things were being bantied about Cam Reddish. And for those that say that they didn't say it, they lying. Bro, I spent 4 hours a day just live streaming now, not including other shows like one of the best shows on YouTube, Knicks Freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Back then it was the Pod Couple. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We was doing. You know what I'm saying? Cats was like Cam Reddish had a low motor, right? You can't teach heart. You know what I'm saying? All those type of conversations.
That's what it was looking like, though. You got to admit that. It was looking like that even into preseason when he was getting all that opportunity. Like Grimes' injury gifted him his best opportunity, and it was looking like he wasn't really making the best of it. And so you can't look back and use this 2020 hindsight like, oh, y'all shouldn't have said what y'all said in the moment. Like, that's how he looked in the moment.
Man, I know I don't see what I think I see, bro. Oh boy. Did the Knicks just waive Fahrenheit?
There goes our season.
Man, don't tell me the Knicks just waived Fahrenheit. Somebody, y'all trolling me, right?
They're trying to make room for Cam.
Oh boy. Y'all for real, man? The Knicks just waived Fahrenheit? I thought I said somebody's. Will Salkin says, Fahrenheit just waived, move coming. Oh boy. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. This is a bad way to wrap up a Cam Reddish joint.
Why?
Because I like Fahrenheit, man.
He was all right, but like, what were we doing?
Nothing. He never got the opportunity.
G League.
He just balled in the G League the other day.
I don't know what to tell you. What you want these cats to do?
I don't know. Can somebody co-sign that?
I'm about to let you know.
Nah, Will Salk. No, that's not what I'm saying. Will Salkin, I ain't trying to. We ain't trying to play each other like that.
Wait, what?
Oh man, I'm saying I can't believe it, man. I like Fahrenheit, bro.
Yeah, he was promising, but like, dog, I could only.
Yep, I see it. The Knicks official site, man. The Knicks transactions. New York Knicks have waived Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh boy. If they better not, I'm just saying this, man. I'm just, hey, Will Salkin, thank you for breaking that early, bro. Thank you for breaking that early because I didn't even see it. Appreciate that. That's unbelievable.
It really wasn't in the conversation right now.
Freaky, what I'm saying is if the Knicks waive Fahrenheit and bring up a 6'5", if they fill that spot with a 6'5" guard, I swear to God, I'm going on a rampage, bro.
He wasn't playing, brother.
It don't matter. It don't matter if he was. All
I'm
saying is, I don't know.
Bring somebody else in who's not gonna play, so you're not gonna have to worry about it,
bro. All I'm saying is, if they bring in a cat, if they bring in a 6'5" guard, if they bring in another 6'3" guard, bro, I swear to God, Leon Rose, bro, I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm still mad about the Knicks. Bro, I'm still mad about the Knicks waving Troy Williams. Remember Troy Williams? I'm still mad about Troy Williams being cut. You know what I'm saying?
You need to get over it, bro.
I know, man.
Get over it.
I hope they cut him and re-sign him to the G League team, man. You know what I'm saying? But why would you cut? But why would you cut a two-way guy?
Because you're not playing him. You probably do. As much as y'all don't like these front office cats or this, that, and the other, I'm sure that is because of something that they're planning, or they have some kind of move plan, or trying to create some kind of cushion for something.
Right. All right. So Hinton Murphy says the New York Knicks are signing forward Daquan Jeffries on a two-way NBA contract. Sources tell The Athletic at Stadium. Jeffries went to camp with the Knicks. That better not be that old ass 6'5" dude. That better not be that old ass. Let me look. I just want to calm down, Uncle Freezy. Keep your
composure.
Yeah.
Daquan Jeffries. Yep.
Oh my God. Oh boy. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Uncle Freezy. Fahrenheit was cut. Free Keith. Why are we cutting 6'8" athletes to bring in 6'5" guards?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure there, brother. I'm not sure, good brother. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
But,
It's
but he's not playing. He's not playing, so whatever.
He might be trash. He might be trash, but whatever. And he might be trash, but this is the move, though.
He was on the Grizzlies and the Rockets. Yeah. He was getting 20 minutes a night on the Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing super spectacular. That dude's not going to be playing.
Yeah. So why make the move? If he
that
ain't
dude is
playing,
not going to be playing.
Maybe my man, Fahrenheit might have asked to be cut. You never know.
Yeah, nah. So he could go somewhere and get an opportunity. I'm not mad at that. The dude wasn't playing. Like, yo,
right.
I can't get my blood up for cats getting traded in and out who not going to be playing.
So Fahrenheit, I think, is 22. The Jeffries cat, I think, is 26.
He was born in 97. How old is that?
So he's 25. So he's 25. Okay. He'll be 26 next year. Okay. All right.
But I'm with you though. I liked Fahrenheit, but
man,
I like that kid that we have out in Europe too.
Jokobitis.
But
you hadn't seen him either.
I ain't seen him either. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be too concerned, man.
Right. Yeah, man. So Knicks news, the Knicks wave Fahrenheit, and they signed Daquan Jeffries. And so it begins, bro. And so it begins. Excuse me. I'm getting emotional over Fahrenheit.
All I know is there better be some moves made come deadline time, though.
Tomorrow
they gotta find. It's almost disrespectful what they doing to Evan, man. They gotta find a way to get him off the team.
Right.
Get him over to the Lakers where they could use him.
What do you say to the Russell Westbrook trade, Knicks? And
Who traded?
No. There is no trade.
I'm not saying who we trade.
But let me just do the disclaimer. So there is no rumor.
I know.
And so I was asked how we improve because I went on a tangent about us getting killed in a rebounding area by other teams' guards. And I was basically saying that Grimes and Brunson don't rebound at a high level. And there's nothing wrong with that. They have other skill sets that are good. Right? You know what I'm saying? If they could do all that stuff at an A+ level, they'd be all-stars, right? So I'm not knocking them. But what I'm saying, like, what would be the alternative? Like, what would be the fix for it? And I mentioned that we could possibly entertain the thought of trading for Russell Westbrook.
Y'all mentioned this last year too.
Yeah, but the terms were different. This year, I'm saying Rose, Fournier, Mitchell Robinson for Russell Westbrook.
You had me until you threw in Mitch, bro.
I threw in Mitch, right? The only other alternative is to throw in Randall. And why
I
throw
mean,
in?
if it's Mitch or Randall, it definitely would probably have to be Mitch, but because there's
but
legitimate.
it's just a thought. It's just a thought, though. It's just a thought. It's not pressing.
Because I'm only getting Russ really like, what are we getting Russ for?
The rest of this year.
It's for the contract. It's for the contract.
Yep.
So like I would have to be assured that I have something in the works that I am working on for that cap space for me to get rid of Mitch.
Right.
I'm not getting rid of Mitch just to create a cap space situation just in case. If there's something specific,
right?
if there's something specific that they're working on, and they might, you know what I'm saying, and they're foreseeing the need for space and it's for a better person or this, that, and the other, cool. But I'm not just throwing Mitch in just to create a cap space situation that I don't have nothing to use it for yet.
Okay. All right. And so Miss Geraldine says it's almost disrespectful. It is disrespectful to Evan, a shooter. He wants to come here and just like Tibbs did Kemba and Knox. And Miss Geraldine, I would go one further. Right? Because when we're right, we absolutely pound our chest, and we wrong, we are nowhere to be found. Right? So I feel like I'm wrong about the Evan Fournier thing. Right? I got on here and said no Evan, no cry. Right? But then Evan Fournier went to the bench and the shooting absolutely disappeared. Right? And now I'm saying in front of everybody that, yo, I got to take Evan Fournier out of the mothballs and let him play. Almost even start. I think you almost got to start Fournier, bro, for this team to win games, man. And the reason being, and this is just a thought also, just a thought, just an idea. I'm not pounding the table. Bro, when you look at how teams back off of us and force us to shoot and we don't make shots, bro, it's the most disgusting and disrespectful thing you ever saw in your life. Right? How did you back up 8 feet from RJ Barrett and force him to shoot and he still wants to drive the basketball? It's because he can't shoot. And like one of the smartest people, the Clarence Avant of this channel, the Clive Davis of this channel said one time, how can you not shoot when the word shooting is in your job description?
He's gotten better since then, though. He's gotten better since then.
He's gotten different since then. Better is...
Legitimately, no, legitimately the numbers did get better. Like, I can't front.
Okay. All right. So what I'm getting at is I think it might be time to play Evan Fournier if we want to win. And I know Evan Fournier is not a winner. He's not a difference maker on the scale of a Jason Tatum. But
I wouldn't start him though. I wouldn't. I see what you're saying. Just because we and it's funny because when I was saying that, like what Evan's value was to us before the season started, I was like, this man he shoots threes.
Okay.
We as a team are deficient on threes. Like even though his defense isn't what we want it to be, he has a value that is particularly valuable to us.
Right.
As a team that needs that specific skill set. I don't think he needs to be up front in the starting unit, but like I can see if like we going on a drought, like throw that man in, get some threes up.
Get some threes up, man. Come on.
Dude, we go in the hole. And it's amazing that we're staying in games how we are without shooting the three, though.
Right.
Like, Cat is really getting to like 125 points a game, 125, 123 points a game, and shooting like 23% from three.
On a good night.
No, but I'm saying, like, scoring. We're scoring. Cats is getting to the bucket. Like, we getting balls and buckets, but our 3-ball percent is crazy low. I think lowest in the league.
But it's not sustainable, bro.
Of course not sustainable.
The both of us know it's not sustainable.
I think that also would be subject for like there are things that we just look at guys around the league. Like, oh, like it'll be nice. Like, oh, let's trade for this guy. Let's trade for that guy. Let's like there's legitimate needs that the team has, and I think those are the things that will be sourced for in terms of like who we're going to go after. Because we need somebody who can let it go from three and us be consistently comfortable that their shot is going to be good. Or you know what I'm saying? Nobody's 100%, but like we need more 3-ball shooting.
Right. No. We need more 3-ball making.
There is
a clear,
100%. 100%.
But I understand where you're going with it. So my thing is, if you're not gonna play Ev, right?
Brunson does play defense.
And for the record, and listen,
this
is one thing y'all can keep receipts on, because we keep receipts on a lot of stuff, and half of it don't even make sense. But this one you can keep a receipt on this for me. I like Evan Fournier as a person and as a player. I just don't think at times he is the ideal fit, because you can't ask Evan Fournier to do something when we don't know as a team what we're doing. We're not a team ready for veterans to push us to the next level yet. This team is young with no direction, and to ask Evan Fournier to come out and do some stuff when we don't know what we're doing is too much to ask from a player. It's just you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's like getting a haircut and you don't know what style you like. Well, what style you like, man? I don't know. Well, how you gonna come in for a haircut? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's like. That's what it's like to me. Now, I know people will disagree because some people just don't like outsiders. No matter who the outsider is, if you're not a Knick, drafted Knick, born and bred, New York to your heart, they don't like you. It's to me, it's the reason why they don't like Randall. Right?
Nah, Cats was hating Randall. Cats still haven't forgiven Randall for not being KD.
Well,
Stephen A. Mills and Stephen A. had fans convinced we was getting KD, and then at one point we was getting KD and Kyrie. Like Cats were, like they really had us convinced. And there's certain fans never forgave. They hated him from day one.
Right.
During the best season of his whole career, and he spent it, and that season was here. During the midst of that season, without knowing the future, Catch was like, sell high.
Yeah.
They hated Randall. Randall was hated from the time he got here. There was nothing he could have did to get love here.
Right.
Because he wasn't KD, and that was his biggest crime.
Right.
I'm surprised he hasn't asked for a trade, yo. I don't know how somebody operates in this environment.
It's a tough place, bro. The city is a tough place, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. The mental toughness required to be in the city, bro, is crazy. And like you don't understand it until you get it. You have to be born in it and then go to other places and then go back to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like for instance.
Hold on real quick. Geraldine, I would agree with you on that. If Katz wasn't kicking his back in from already before he told fans to shut the and he didn't really tell us fans to shut the F up. He gave a thumbs down. But before
and that wasn't all fans.
And that was just the fans that was in the joint heckling him.
The season ticket holders that was talking ish about his family.
Y'all emotional fans thought he was talking to y'all. Y'all wasn't at the game.
Come on,
he wasn't talking to y'all.
Come on, man. Yeah, Randall. Yeah, and bro, and I've been knowing Freaky for a long time, right? I feel like I understand him, and probably maybe closer to him than all the other social media that rock people that rock with him or whatever. And yes, I take pride in that, and I enjoy that. Right? So
same here, brother.
So what? People mad at that? So what? The thing is this. The Randall thing is blown out of proportion because of what I said. He's not born and bred a Knick. You come here and you're not drafted a Knick. And the thing is I'm gonna point this thing out. Over the years, the Knicks have traded and gotten young players from other teams, and they excelled right away because they were put into great situations, right? You all the way back to your Dave DeBuschers, all the way back then, all the way up through the Allen Houston playing 3 years in Detroit, Latrell Sprewell playing 5 years in Golden State. All these things, right? These got John Starks being a Spur and a Warrior. You know what I'm saying? People still don't like Stark, but whatever. But they were put in situations to succeed. Randall came here in a situation to fail. And not only did he make an all-star team, be all NBA in his second season, all these different type of, or whatever season it was, right? Not only did he overcome a lot of obstacles while he was here, then he dragged a roster that had Elfrid Payton as a starting point guard, Reggie Bullock at the 2. You feel me? Nerlens Noel, who can't even get his rump off the Pistons bench, was the starting point guard, was the starting center. And Randall dragged that squad to the playoffs, right? And
Cats told me that at the beginning of that season, Cats told me that squad was a 20-win team.
Right. Except me.
What?
Except
what?
me. Remember, I told you on this.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be 42-30. And then they went 41-31, and people was like, yo, Uncle Freezy, you was wrong.
Yo, they was one under my 42. And I'm like, look at this 20-win team. And then and this is why I'm saying, like, the hate of Randall was so far before that whole thumbs down incident. That was just like, that was fire on the haystack already. That was fire, but the haystack was there.
Yep.
It was there. Cats hated that dude. Even like it seemed like even when we crumbled in the playoffs, like everybody stood up. See, this is what I was talking about, Randall. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was. Yeah, like Randall the loser. This is the first time you've seen the playoffs in 9 years.
Right. Yep. But we love Frank, though. But we love Frank Ntilikina.
But we're going to form a church around Frank and give him 10 years to become Trevor Ariza. But
Right. So my deal is my thing is Free Keith. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Right. The Knicks front office is a very active front office. A very active front office. And I don't think people give them the credit for being busy. This front office is very busy. This plan for Daquan Jeffries and Farron Hunt may have been in the plans for a minute, bro. This may have been in the plans for a while. You feel me? And so I'm saying this. I'm saying the Daquan Jeffries move is a gateway move to some larger moves that are coming once December 15th gets here. That's my belief. I didn't know. D-Nice says, hey, I'm trolling. Hey, man, listen, you don't have to believe me. Like, you don't have to believe what I say. But if you go look at the New York Knicks transactions over from the time Leon Rose got here to today and compare it to other organizations, right? You can see for yourself. A trade is coming in December or January. You can bet that. That's their track record. Their track record is to do moves. There are moves that they've done that y'all have forgotten about. Y'all forgot about the Austin Rivers trade. Austin Rivers for Vincent Poirier and Terrence Ferguson. Y'all forgot about the Rajon Rondo three-way trade that we were a part of that got us Denzel Valentine. You know what I'm saying? Y'all forgot about Solomon Hill coming here with a torn ACL. Solomon Hill, we traded for Solomon Hill, and he had a torn ACL.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. This
I don't even think they made
busy.
a uniform for him.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, this organization is busy now. What deal are we doing? I have no idea, because the front office is so quiet that you don't know what it is that, like, you don't know their intent. Like, or I'm sorry, you know their intent. Their intent is to make this team into a playoff team, right? If you think this team is tanking, you're misguided. This front office is not going to tank, right? Now, what they'll do is try to develop the young pieces that they have. They'll try to develop the young pieces that they have, right? But if you're thinking they're just going to burn it to the ground and start all over, that's out. They want this team in the playoffs.
That tanking stuff that cats keep talking about, like, yo, y'all need to go ahead and hang that up. Like, that's just not a realistic. It's not happening. Like,
yeah,
losing can happen, but tanking intentionally is not going to happen.
Right. No, that's definitely not going to happen. So what I'm thinking is there's gonna be a series of moves, right? I think the Knicks are going to consolidate these young kids, right? I think the consolidation is not going to start with Cam. I think the consolidation is going to start with Quickly, right? I think you're going. I think
Quickly's on the chopping block. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. I think Quick, because ultimately, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, I think RJ is safe. I think Grimes is safe.
I don't think RJ is safe. See, I disagree with that. I don't think RJ is safe. I think that there are very few guys on the team. I honestly, I only think Brunson is safe.
Okay. I could understand your stance on that, but hear me out. The reason why I say this, right? The reason why I say RJ is safe is not because of they value him at a Anthony Edwards level, and they fear they won't get an Anthony Edwards return. What I fear is the opposite. I think the combination of RJ Barrett's terrible play, along with this contract, and along with what he projects to be in the NBA, is what keeps him with the Knicks at the moment. That's why he's safe, because you can't get nothing for him. Nobody's gonna
Cats fall in love with pick positions, and not like and don't realize that once you become an NBA player, that pick stuff don't, like, you got to throw that out your head. Like,
once the draft is over, the draft is over.
The draft is over. Like, so RJ is just a main player on our team, and you got to evaluate him as such. And, like, I wouldn't call him. I'm not saying I don't think that he's a bad player. I just don't think that, like, the position that fans were trying to put him in is the one that's for him, yo. Like, he's not the man, yo. He's just. And I like RJ. I like him,
and we like RJ. But we're speaking about this moment, right? We're not speaking about the past or the future. Right now, RJ Barrett is consistently not a very good player consistently, right? That's what we just speaking about the moment, right? So that's the reason why I think RJ Barrett is safe, because you can't get anything for him, especially since he signed that extension, right? Now is Grimes safe? I don't know if Grimes is safe. I think Grimes is safe based on the prospectus of the player you're getting in return, right? If SGA is the player in play, Grimes is gone. Trust me.
This is what I mean when I say that nobody's safe but Brunson. Like, for the right deal, I think that there is no right deal to get rid of Brunson. There's a right deal for everybody else.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And so the thing is, you can't have the narrative in the news that the Knicks didn't trade for SGA because they kept Grimes. Right? You can't have that 2 times in a row. And the reason why you
But
can't
they didn't put that there, and I still don't believe that though.
But listen, I'm not saying that the Knicks did that. I'm saying that being in the ether. Because ultimately you don't know what the Knicks offered the Utah Jazz. All you go by is rumors and sources. You don't know
real rap. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I can't hold those rumors or sources, quote unquote sources, like I can't hold them to any kind of weight.
Right. You can't. You cannot do that. Because you are a reasonable thinker. Right?
But see, but I'm gonna say this too. The front office can't. What's the front office supposed to do about that? They're gonna run after every rumor? Like, nah, they can't do that. All they can do is ignore it and keep going about their business, which is what they do.
Right. No, I understand that, man. I understand that, big dog. But what I'm saying is you are a reasonable thinker. But does everybody in Knicks universe think like Freaky? No.
That's the beauty of it.
No, because Keiths are free.
They should be. I'm on a campaign. Right? Not all the Keiths is free.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting at, big dog. Is not that what I'm saying is should be forced upon everyone. I don't want it to be. What I'm saying is everybody in Knicks universe thinks differently, and well, they should, and they all have their own opinions, and well, they should. And now, do I respect all opinions? Yeah, I respect people's opinion. I do. I embrace people having their own mindset. It's kind of why they're kind of the reason why sometimes the panel gets out of control sometimes, because we want to have people express their own opinion, give them a platform to do so. But the thing I'm saying to you is this. With that said, you can't control the narrative with certain things. If certain things get out, people are going to think for themselves. Right? That's it. That's it. So
and you gotta let them. You gotta let them. Like that was the failing of front offices in the past.
Right.
What you're speaking to is the reactionary nature of Mills, the reactionary nature of Isaiah Thomas. Like these cats reacted to those things, and that's always been our problem.
Right.
People gonna talk.
So just real quick, man, because I got to do a Detroit Pistons pre-show now. I wanted to do that today. I had no idea that the show that this joint was gonna dovetail into what it had become. And shout out to Evergreen G for just getting off the live stream and not saying that.
Yo, Evergreen just dipped.
He just dipped.
I love that.
but
that's how you do it.
Yeah, man. But just real quick, if the Knicks are looking to make a move, I think the Knicks are gonna look to upgrade on the wing, right? Upgrade on the wing. That's where I think we're going.
So I think we're going for star player.
Yep.
I think we're going for star player, and I think because of that, I think it's like hopefully a star player wing, but I think like it's star player, a disgruntled star player regardless is what we're going after. Outside of Cat, I hope we don't ever go after Cat.
Right, and that's Free Keith's opinion too, by the way.
Huh?
So that's your opinion.
Oh, I know you like Cat, but like
no, I don't like Cat. I like young play, bro. So I try to stay down the middle, right? And people will be like, "Man, Uncle Freezy be flip flopping. He's so wishy washy," and it's only because if somebody has something to say on the right, I'll go ask them questions on the right and engage, and then I'll go on the left and I'll ask questions and engage, right? But the people on the right say I'm flip flopping to the left, and the people on the left say I'm flip flopping to the right, bro. You know how it is. You can't be. There's no such thing as a good moderator in the game no more, bro. Everything is sound bites and stuff. And I hate Randall. I don't hate Randall, bro. I don't hate Randall. I love Randall, man. I love the Knicks and all of that. But the point I'm getting at real quick before I get out of here, bro, is I think the Knicks are up to something. I think they're busy bees. Something is coming down the pipe. I don't know what, but you can expect to hear the rumors start to come out as of this afternoon. Everybody, listen, I'm going to get out of here and get like a bite to eat and all that stuff. And then we'll do like a Detroit Pistons preview and all that stuff for like maybe 60 minutes, 90 minutes or whatever. Then we'll jump on and do the Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks game. And then we'll do the Knicks at Night podcast later on. Again, thank you to Clarence Avon, a.k.a. Free Keith. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to Evergreen G for jumping on with me. Chat, thank y'all for rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all in a little while. Y'all have a good afternoon, y'all. Peace.
Cheers. Be well, beloved.